King Charles, hunky kilt-clad assistant who won a legion of fans gets big promotion. Johnny Thompson, as you can see on the screen, an equerry to King Charles and the late Queen, was seen greeting both Rishi Sunak at Buckingham Palace earlier this week before he was officially appointed Prime Minister. He's been a constant at the side of the King Charles, assisting him in the first few weeks of his reign, and quote, hunky kilt-clad equerry Johnny Thompson, who has won a legion of swooning fans online, has seemingly earned a promotion. The 39-year-old was on hand to assist the king as he welcomes Rishi Sunak to Buckingham Palace earlier this week. So basically, welcoming the new prime minister was symbolic of who he has become now. What is the problem with this? None has a problem. In fact, it is a good news. He deserves this promotion. He has a lot of fans. But the bad news is for one person, or maybe two people, and two people only, and that is Meghan and Harry. What will happen now is that this individual, this Major Johnny Thompson, is going to be coming as a barrier, if you like, between Meghan and her effort to reconcile with the British monarchy. Why I'm saying that? It is because Meghan Markle now, she will have to go through Major Johnny Thompson if she wants to get in contact with the king. In the past, we have seen how she tried, how desperate she was to talk to the king directly. And the king, he was busy, so he couldn't meet her. But nevertheless, she was able to ask him directly, can I meet you? We need to talk, we need to reconcile, blah, blah, blah. And the king said, no, you cannot. That effort that she made now cannot be made anymore because of Major Johnny Thompson. He will have to talk to Meghan Markle before she makes any appointment or tries to make any appointment with the king. Not only with just the king, but also senior royal members. If Meghan Markle wants to talk to any of the senior royals, now she has to go through Major Johnny Thompson, and that would include Catherine, Princess of Wales, Prince William, Camilla, Princess Anne. In other words, right now, Meghan Markle has become a second-class citizen. Now, this is something she earned, and Meghan and Harry, they earned. Nobody asked them to be in this position. But now they need to put a request for an appointment so that they can meet the king. Let's take a look at this video of Neil Sean and see what he has to say.
But now Meghan has come up to yet another major problem in her quest to try and make amends, shall we say in the loosest term. And it's this man. That's right. As we know, Major Johnny Thompson was a huge support to our late and wonderful monarch, our gracious Majesty the Queen Elizabeth II. And for those that didn't realise, he was very strategically placed behind the wayward royals at those Platinum Jubilee celebration service at St Paul's Cathedral. Even though Harry and Meghan had tried to get their seats changed at the very last minute, Major Johnny was there to keep an eye on both of them, and that did not go unnoticed. Interesting here to note also is that Major Johnny, of course, has now been promoted to the King's Equerry, and he's popping up everywhere, much to the delight of his female following around the world. But it's now him that Meghan has to get through first before any decision or any allowed meeting could take place. Now you might say, of course, well, I thought King Charles was available.
Major Johnny Thompson was seen shaking hands with the new prime minister in the palace forecourt alongside Sir Clive Alderton, principal private secretary to the king, and Sir Edward Young. What will happen now is that Meghan Markle, as we know, she can throw tantrum to anyone to get her demands across and also meet them. We have seen her how she was bullying staff, very, very tough on them. She would just ask for something and it has to be served. Now, Major Johnny Thompson will make sure that doesn't happen. Okay, it is not something that the Buckingham Palace they wanted to do for Meghan, but it is something Meghan has earned, as I said. But what is even more interesting is that right now, Buckingham Palace taking this a step to appoint Major Johnny Thompson in this position. I would like to see that he was appointed in this kind of position before, because if he had been in this kind of position where he would be keeping an eye on Meghan and Harry, just like he did during the funeral, then I think that the the bully of Meghan Markle, when she was bullying the staffers, would not have taken place had Johnny Thompson been there. That did not obviously happen, but even though it is late, but it is better than never. Right now, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, they are going to have to go through some protocols, strict protocols, and it is going to be much harder, if not impossible, for them to talk to the king to reconcile. I don't think the reconciliation is coming anytime soon. In fact, things will get even sour between Meghan and the royal family members, simply because Meghan Markle would see this appointment of Johnny Thompson as a barrier, and she would think this was done on purpose so that she could not reach out to the family members. I mean, this is how Meghan Markle is. Even though this appointment has really nothing to do with Meghan, because the king, the palace, they don't really care about Meghan Markle, what she has to say. But nevertheless, Meghan Markle would make it a big issue. And in fact, I think that when she will be giving an interview in the future, she will mention how she was prevented, quote unquote. I'm quoting her already. This is what she will say, that I was prevented from meeting the king. They put this guy, or they appointed this guy so that I had to go through him, and he would not agree me to meet the king because he was too busy for me. And so the reconciliation did not take place. Again, the victim mentality Meghan has, and the whining, the complaining all the time. So I think that Meghan Markle will make it a big point, big issue in the future. But for now, we know any effort from Meghan's part, direct effort to meet the king or to come to a reconciliation, is going to be next to impossible. And it says that his appearance did not escape eagle-eyed royal fans, who also noticed that rather than being described as a major, the equerry was described as Lieutenant Colonel Johnny Thompson, a jump in his rank. So he is now a lieutenant. Okay, we call it Lieutenant Colonel in our in a different country, but in US you guys call him lieutenant, right? Now he is being promoted to this position from major. One on Twitter said, quote, "Never a chore to see Major Johnny Thompson at the palace in his kilt. That man is handsome as." Quote, "He has got a promotion, which is great, but he will always be our Major Johnny Thompson." Something very, very nice and sweet. Thank you guys for tuning in, for joining in. I'll see you in the next video. Have a wonderful day.